As conscious creators, we know that our imagination is reality. And it's through this wonderful human imagination that our desires can begin to take form, to take shape in the physical, in our practical daily lives. Well, I want to talk about how visualization is such a powerful aspect of our imagination. How forming that mental picture and putting ourselves in the shoes of that image, putting ourselves in the room with it. And a lot of times when you take your incredible mind and you place these desires out in front of you, it can really help to trigger some of authentic feelings that you have towards these desires. When you're visualizing your desires and you get feelings of pain or anxiety or fear, well, I like to teach that everything showing up in your reality, in your experience, is extremely helpful to you. And these fears, doubts, and anxieties that arise whenever you are visualizing your desire and trying to feel yourself living it, remember, it's important to allow yourself to authentically feel any emotions that you have when they come up. Because while they may feel negative, we are going to use them positively. So you don't need to feel good to manifest. You don't have to force yourself to feel any type of a way. But when you allow yourself to authentically feel your emotions and then proceed to use them in a positive way, you have just transcended the time-space limitations. And you are now operating where all possibilities are real and exist. And so you're no longer operating from that ego position of lack, but you have stepped into being the operant power. And I really want to stress how important it is to see everything showing up in your world, your circumstances, even your own thoughts and emotions, no matter what it is that's showing up, to be grateful for it. And I realize that this can sound impossible for some things. And again, we're not forcing ourselves to feel anything. So you're not trying to cram gratefulness down your own throat. Use that power of visualization and see yourself as being extremely grateful and being extremely in line with the energies of abundance and love and whatever it is that you want to bring into your life. And if you can recognize that when you visualize these wanted aspects that we want to experience, and they're in your imagination, but they're wholly real. They're entirely real. And there's no forcing yourself to be something that you already are. And so you're really just cultivating a relationship with these aspects of yourself that already exist. And when fears, doubts, and anxieties arise when you are living in your end, when you're doing your visualizations, and it doesn't seem real and it seems forced or it seems fake, or there's a lot of fear, uncertainty, whatever it is, you are under no obligation to fight with these things or to sit there and hash them out or to dive into your own psyche and dig out every single limiting belief you've ever had or thought about. But remember that they are extremely useful and we can use them positively. So instead of feeling set back every little time that we feel some sort of a way, we can recognize it and instinctively train ourselves to react accordingly and make something positive out of it. Understand that the 3D, this physical reality, is a world of duality. Right, well, what does this mean? It means that you can't view any one thing as just by itself. If you're feeling fear, you can't just take that fear by itself. It needs to be connected to its opposite. And because we have a linear experience in time in this physical dimension, then we can only experience really one thing at a time. But that fear then becomes a signpost alerting you which way to go. it gives you a really good indication of what you would rather be experiencing, and what you would rather be having your awareness on. So just remember that when you're visualizing your desires and you get fears and doubts, just know that they are completely irrelevant without the reality of the fulfillment of your desire being a reality, because they're connected to that. Those feelings are what you're tapped into, and it's just the perception that you're separate from your desires that make you think you're separate. And you can visualize all of your blocks, all of your limiting beliefs, and you can see them just evaporate as you thank them for the job that they've done to help you and the growth that they've allowed you to experience, and thank them as friends, and watch the burden, feel the heaviness of that burden lift away as you realize that these blocks and these things that are holding you back are actually there to speed up your progress when you begin to use them properly. Because nothing is in your experience by accident. And it's this way that we can take everything that shows up in our experience and use it in the best possible way.